in Costa Rica where you felt like you learned about yourself or you learned about your leadership?
I was telling you before about an accident that I had.
Yeah, get into it, man. That scary.
Was profound for sure. So I came in after a permaculture design course with the need and the urgency to get shit done, to be here, pop myself in and try to work.
Yeah, there was a burning desire there.
Wow. Yeah, to feel productive. And I'll loop around to a deep learning for me on productivity at the end of this. But decided to go for a workout, had a planned day, scheduled meetings with some really epic people that I was lucky to be introduced to. And so I wanted to kick off the day with vitality. So I went to the beach and did some workout, did a great beach workout, calisthenics.
Nice.
Took a swim in an area that actually was not favorable.
Okay.
And rip currents are very strong on the Caribbean side. So, I end up getting pulled out by the rip current. And
so just for context, rip current is like an undercurrent?
Undercurrent, yes, that pulls you in out of away from the shore.
Wow.
Into the ocean,
that
just kind of swallowing you out. Yes. For surfers, it's great because it's a free...
it's a ride out there.
It's a ride. It's like a treadmill
or like a ski lift, ski lift taking you up to the top of the hill. But in this case, when you don't have a board or you're not prepared for it,
you do not want to be in a rip current.
Especially if you don't know how to swim very well. I'm sure a lot of people get pulled out.
Right. Even as a strong swimmer, as an Ironman, anything can happen. And many deaths have sadly been reported because of these rips, because either people don't listen or don't see, or just they're not in the right mindset.
Water is unforgiving.
You got it. The ocean is a very powerful thing that if not respected or understood, you get swallowed up.
Respected for sure.
Yeah.
So you got pulled out.
I got pulled out, had to get rescued, had to call the help from the lifeguards because I was done. I had a moment where, is this it? And I really, I have a really interesting relationship with water. I've had 3 near drownings in my life where I've actually had to get resuscitated once. And so my relationship with water has been my biggest teacher in my life. And because I naturally gravitate towards being a fire element, the water is definitely...
It's almost like a chink in your armor.
It is, yeah, it is. And
but that's where you need to explore.
Exactly. And so it's been a continuous partner in crime, or partner in success.
Partner in like spiritual development.
Yes, exactly. So anyways, going back to the story, I got pulled out, got rescued, and that was one thing. But to top it off, my mind was still in overdrive, wanting to commit to the day and succeed and be productive. So I went back to my place.
The lifeguards grabbed you.
They grabbed me.
You're swallowing water, you said, and they grabbed you.
They brought me in, and then
you're okay.
And it took a while to get back into the shore. When I did, I started laughing. I just had no other way of expressing myself except for laughter. Like, I can't believe that just happened. So then I picked myself up, gathered whatever was left of my ego, and just
this plan.
Yeah, and I gotta keep going. Plan. It's got me driving forward. Went back to my place. My roommate was freaking out, saying, "Dude, you need to rest. You need to chill out. What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "No, I gotta get on my day. I gotta go. I don't want to let these people down."
Sure.
So I rode my bike from down the mountain, and my bike chain snaps off, going downhill.
Interesting.
And I dodged, a car, a person, a dog. Finally crashed, landed on my face.
Whoa.
Sliced my forehead up to the top of my skull.
Whoa.
Had like all these scars now, but my face was just mangled and bruised. A big, huge mushroom bruise came out of my forehead.
It's like insult to injury right here.
Yeah,
and salt in the wound.
Yeah. And so my roommate was freaking out, and I'm always surprised at how I respond to emergency, and I was really calm. And I was like, okay, well, what
am I going to do? I already landed on my face.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, the learning lesson of that is slow down and not be as aggressive with what you need to get done and what you feel defines you. The pacing was off. The ego was the leader here.
Forefront,
Yeah, and I needed I needed to feel a certain level of accomplishment for the day. I still use it as a reflection piece to channel in what it was and a reminder of how I continue to be more present. And so the learning from there was, why did I fall into these accidents? Why did I get pulled out of the rip or by the rip? Why did I fall on my face? Well, it was a lack of presence and a lack of slowing down and mindfulness. It was me thinking 5 steps down the road. So while I was swimming in the rip, while I was swimming and not thinking about, oh, there's a red flag here. Oh, you're kind of being pulled out a little further. Maybe you should go further in, rather than thinking about the meeting and how you want to be when you are at that meeting in front of this potential mentor of yours. Or did you get your transcript done, or did you submit this form? I was thinking about all that stuff, but not thinking about being present in the water.
Yeah.
So those things pulled me away. On the bike, I was biking, and if I was a little bit more present, I would have seen that the chain was really, really not good.
Yeah.
It was rusted, and it just wasn't in good shape. If I had taken a moment to just breathe and be calm and maybe think, maybe I'll walk down this hill, because it looks pretty messy.
Dude, that's an intense hill you got there, man. We just climbed up this mountain basically to get to this perch, which is gorgeous.
We should do a turnaround on the camera.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. If you want to keep talking, I'll show you what you got over here.
But it was a lack of presence. And that ocean view, morning view, you get to see toucans. There's sloths in some of the trees.
But that means that you got a downhill bike to get there.
Yeah.
Down to the street.
Yeah.
So you're learning about presence. I think Jim Rohn, again, going back to him, he talked about one of his like major lessons in productivity was, when you're in the shower, don't be at the office. When you're driving to work, don't be thinking about clients.
Yes.
He's like, when you're on the phone with the client is when you should be thinking about the client.
Yes. Yes.
Right. And so like, in the past, I've like, it's important to, like, as an example, just a quick example, practical is, it's important for me to prepare for this show, but I can't spend all day in my head about what am I going to say or where is it going to go, because I have no idea until I show up. Mm-hmm. And like you were saying is like, and it's exacerbated in your situation because oftentimes maybe you're going for a walk or you're hanging out with your wife and you're thinking about other things while you're doing that. But now you're in a potentially dangerous situation where you're in the water, where being present is actually the most practical thing you could do.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I love, and I've excelled at trail running.
What up, y'all? If you be interested in hearing some of Julian's takeaways from that story, the biggest lessons that he pulled for himself about being productive, about living a high quality of life and having peace of mind, then I highly encourage you to go to Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts and type in Project Circle Up, where you can find episode 57, Do Fewer Things Deeper, with my good friend Julian Ho. I really believe in the introduction I undersold Julian because he is such a impressive human being. He has such a big heart, and that was really what I talked about most, is like every time I hang out with him I feel really good, and you do feel good when you hang out with Julian. But he is such a professional, and his breadth of experience in business, in kinesiology, in the human body and anatomy, and how we work and how we live is just so impressive. So I highly recommend you give the episode a listen, and that'll just be a nice taste for you, a nice appetizer for the depth of work that he has to offer if you just go to julianho.com. Thanks for checking out this teaser. Please check out the full episode if you're inspired to do so. It's definitely a heart-centered conversation, and you will leave feeling good. You will leave asking yourself the questions, not how can I make more money, although he definitely will be challenging you to think about that, but he'll be asking you questions along the lines of, how can I live a higher quality life? So, love from Bradford, Canada. Thank you again, Julian, my brother, and looking forward to seeing y'all on the next episode of the Circle Up podcast. Peace.